Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is Chase from BurnoutInc, and today I'm going to do a review, actually I'm going to do a dual review of the Marvel Legends Hitmonkey series, Wolverine and ArchAngel. Wolverine, obviously, I picked him up loose on eBay for ridiculously cheap. This guy was selling these things for about 10 bucks a piece, and, you know, with free shipping, so I couldn't resist that. The ArchAngel one I got at my local Toys R Us, and happened to go in on a day when they were price matching a website, so I got him for 20% off, so that was really awesome. I picked him up for about $15. Cool. Alright, so let's just get right into Wolverine, seeing as how he's standing right here. He is super ridiculously awesome. Now, I don't say that very much, super ridiculously awesome, but that's what Wolverine is. By far, this is the best Wolverine action figure I have ever seen, and I have owned every single Marvel Legends Wolverine that there is to own. I don't own them anymore just because I wasn't overly satisfied with every single one of them. And like, I mean every single one. I had the first Marvel Legends Wolverine, I had the I think it was the Wave 6 Wolverine where he had the brown costume. I had the Logan Wolverine, which he was on the bike. And I had the Astonishing X-Men one, and then the X-Force, yeah, I believe it was the X-Force one from the Red Hulk series. So yeah, I had every single one of the original Wolverines from Toy Biz and some of the other ones from the first Hasbro waves, and they just do not compare to this one at all. This one is just perfect, and I can't wait for the astonishing repaint of it, just so I can get it again. This one is actually a repaint of the one that came from the San Diego Comic-Con last year. Too bad I couldn't get a hold of that one. I mean, they're expensive. It was the Uncanny X-Force Box Set that came with Wolverine, ArchAngel, and Psylocke, who I'm still trying to get a hold of her. Only real difference between them is the Wolverine from that box set. He had more of a, I think if I remember right, he had more of a duller paint scheme. Like the silver on here it's got a lot more shine to it, whereas the one from that series, it was more flat, so it wasn't as reflective. And I don't remember, and I just because I haven't really seen that figure in person, but I don't think it had all the blue highlights that were in the body on this one. If I'm wrong, you know, let me know, but I'm pretty certain that's right. Okay, but getting into it, that is his face right there, and it's awesome. It's really, really cool. He's got that basic scowl that Wolverine has, and his eyes are red because this is his X-Force costume, and he's supposed to look really scary. And I like that they chose to go with a smaller set of ears versus some of the other Wolverines that I've seen. I mean, they've had like the huge elongated ears, or horns, or whatever you want to call them. I call them ears. And I like his body sculpt a lot too. I mean, a lot of the other Wolverines, they make him really, really small because in the comics he's like, he is actually really small. I think he's under like 5 feet tall. But I'm glad that they decided to make him normal size, or at least, you know, just to where he can stand up next to, you know, Captain America or ArchAngel and just look like a normal person. So that's really cool. He's got some cool muscle detail going on in here. He's got some, you know, hair on his forearms. Yeah, the gloves are really cool. You can see all these little straps. He's got 3 straps going across right here. And then he's got his claws, which actually are removable. You can take the claws, point them up like this, and then just pull on them, and they pop out. So then you can pose your Wolverine figure without the claws. That is awesome. This is the first Marvel Legends Wolverine, and, you know, aside from the Comic-Con one, where his claws are removable. Not only that, his claws aren't warped and overly elongated and misshapen. So, you know, that's another reason why this is the perfect Wolverine figure. And then to put the claws back in, sorry, I think I'm blocking my light there. You just get them back into that up position, pinch them in, and then they slide right back in. So yeah, it's really easy to put these in and remove them, or remove them and put them in. And the claws are the exact same length, so you're actually, doesn't matter what order you put them back in, they're all going to go. And there you go. All the claws are back in his hand. Awesome. And he's got his he's got his belt right there. Yeah. Nothing real special to it. Big red X on it. He's got some pretty cool detailed muscular legs right there. And then let's talk about the boots, because these boots are sweet. Same 3 straps that are on his gloves up there, but I just really like the detail that they put in there, and especially, you know, right there on the bottom of his boots. Those are awesome. Articulation wise, Wolverine can rotate his head 360. You bend it up about, you know, that far, so if he's going to do Cannonball Special, he can look pretty much directly onto his target. That's awesome. Very cool. His arms can go 360. They got another joint in there to help you with the articulation too, so it's not just, you know, a single joint in there. That's really awesome. You can rotate all the way at the upper bicep. He's got double jointed elbows, allowing for some great articulation. You can rotate at the wrist, and his wrist can pivot in and out too really well. You can rotate at the waist. It does have upper chest articulation. I think I would have preferred an ab crunch like how you see on the ArchAngel there. So it's a little interesting choice that they decided to go with that. Maybe they just wanted to mix it up. He's got a joint here in his hip that allows his legs to go out like that. So it's kind of like that T-joint that you saw in the Captain America figure. You can rotate at the upper hip area. He's got double jointed knees. You can rotate at the upper calf, or at the boot. He does have a really cool ankle rock in there too, and it does pivot. Not going to beat around the bush on this one. Wolverine gets a perfect 10 out of 10. This is the perfect Wolverine figure. The sculpt is amazing, and it's really, really detailed. The face sculpt looks really awesome. The claws are removable. Articulation is absolutely amazing. The only thing I could even sort of gripe about it is that I would have preferred the ab crunch there, but still it allows for articulation, and it looks great on him with the current joint that they have, so I'm not going to knock that or anything. These are at Toys R Us right now for about $16.99, but take a look at them for eBay, or take a look at them on eBay, because I found mine for $10, and it's absolutely amazing. Alright, so Wolverine's going to chill over there and drink his giant bottle of Coca-Cola, because I think he's trying to get off the wagon. We're going to take a look at ArchAngel. That is the packaging for him, and, you know, looks cool. He doesn't come with a hip monkey piece. He's one of the figures that it's just like, hey, you know, I don't come with anything. I'm just the awesome figure you want to get. So that's kind of interesting that Hasbro decided to do that, to where they're including other characters in these Build-A-Figure series, like Wolverine. I don't remember if the Ultimate Captain America came with anything, but they're just including these characters that don't have anything for the Build-A-Figures. It's kind of strange. I don't really know how I feel about that, just because I'm not too big a fan of the Build-A-Figures all the time, so I guess it's okay. Yep, screw the packaging, we're gonna rip it open. Those are his wings, their own separate piece, and look at that. That is amazing. Just the detail work that they put into every single metallic feather, and just, oh man, it's amazing. So yeah, here is ArchAngel's face, and I love it. It's awesome. It's got, you know, the 2 shades of blue going on in there, but he's got some kind of black eyeliner around there just to bring out his eyes a little bit more, and then he's got the sort of silver goldish looking eyebrows right there, because, you know, the actual character is blonde, so that's really cool. All the paintwork in here too, in the outlines on these metallic pink outlines going around his head, are super clean, man. I mean, they look amazing. Look at that. That is awesome. The same thing going for the design all over the costume. I'm not seeing really any blemishes or anything that is out of place. I mean, it looks really cool. The body sculpt is pretty basic, you know, not a whole lot of detail. I mean, this would be a great figure for a custom, just the standalone figure and stuff like that. I think they reused the hands from another figure because it looks like he's got trigger hands right here, you see? Almost like they might be from a Captain America or maybe they're from the Bucky cap, you know? That's at least what it looks like to me. So that's kind of interesting. And he's got little points on his feet. Yeah, other than that, there's really not much else I can go into. You know, you got your wings right here. They are just kind of one-toned, but it works just because it's metallic, and when the light reflects off of it, you've got your shading and stuff. So that is cool. And then they just fit right on his back like that. I mean, look. That is awesome. And then they can flap a little bit, which is nice too. Or, you know, they can kind of wrap around him. That is awesome. So you got a lot of things you can do with these wings. They're amazing. So he's got some cool flying poses you can do with him. And then these separate wing parts up here, those are articulated as well. Alright, so let's get into his articulation now. Archangel's head can go 360. His head can go, oh shit, I popped it off. But it can go all the way back, just like that. And his head might pop off, but it's really soft up there, so it can come off, or it can go back on really easily. Huh. I don't know why. I, for some reason, just like the little ears that he has. I just noticed that too. So yeah, his head can go all the way back. You got the 360 rotation. He does have a solid ab crunch in there, and surprisingly, it does hold the weight with his wings on it too. He can rotate 360 at the waist. His arms can go 360, which are obviously he's a little stiff. You can hear the joint snapping in there. They can go in and out really easily. Rotates at the upper bicep. He's got double jointed elbows. Wrist can rotate, can pivot and stuff like that. His legs have the T-joint that you saw on the Wolverine and on the Captain America, to where they can go in and out. They just, for some reason, don't allow to go all the way out that you would see on the Wolverine, but that's okay. Rotate at the upper waist. He's got double jointed knees. He's got that cool ankle rock going on in there. Look at that. See? Awesome. And he can pivot his ankles as well. So yeah, Archangel is really awesome. Holy crap, man. I mean, I knew this figure was awesome. I just didn't know how cool it was going to be. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give him a perfect 10 out of 10 as well. He's got great articulation. He's got super clean paint. It's the reflective metallic paint that I love. I mean, it's really cool. His wings are amazing. They are awesome and articulated as well. And I love the sculpt of it. The face sculpt is amazing. This looks like Archangel. This looks like the one that I grew up with in the 90s and in the X-Men video games that I played. So, you know, that's just awesome. Wolverine and Archangel, they are 10 out of 10s. They're absolutely perfect. They are the one characters from this wave that I'd say you absolutely need to own. The other two characters I would say to pick up, definitely the Sentry when it comes out. I don't know how I feel about the two She-Hulks. I'm going to have to watch a review on them and see if they'd be worth it. But from their body molds and their paint and stuff like that, they do look pretty good. So yeah, these guys are the perfect figures. They're the perfect representation of their characters. Archangel looks how he's supposed to look from like the 90s and from a lot of the other comics and TV shows that you've seen. The Uncanny, or I believe this is just the regular X-Force Wolverine. Go ahead and correct me if you know. But the X-Force Wolverine looks absolutely amazing. The removable claws are awesome. Yeah, I can't rave enough about these figures. I highly, highly recommend them. This was Chase from Burnout Inc., and I'll see you guys next time.